Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
Krishna Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nityanamine Krishna Prasthaya
Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine
Prabhu Nityananda Jai Advaita Gadadhar Srivastadi Gaur Bhakta-vrinda
Jayati Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta-vrinda
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Rama
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Govinda Bolo Hari Gopal Bolo. Govinda Bolo Hari Gopal Bolo. Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Bolo. Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Bolo. Govinda Bolo Hari Gopal Bolo. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Gurudev, Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Jai Gaura Haribo, Haribo, Haribo,
जय श्री प्रभुपाद की
Jai,
संकीर्तन की
Jai,
जय गौ सीतानाथ प्रेमानंद हरि हरि
Hari
Hari
Hari,
Hari Bol.
all glory to Srila Prabhupada,
Hare Krishna,
all glory to Sri Guru and Guranga.
Hari Hari Bol.
Krishna.
Kirtan party ki Jai.
Yeah.
Wonderful Kirtan, bro. Thank you very much. Mataji.
Thank you very much, bro. It was wonderful.
Very nice.
That was wonderful, Kirtan Borsha.
Yes. Thank you very much for joining this Friday satsang regular. And today is kind of a special day. I think, I don't know about North Indians. Is it Lakshmi Puja for North Indians also? Is it
Varamahalakshmi Puja,
Mahalakshmi?
right?
Okay. So today some of the Matajis must be busy, going around houses. They invite for
Yeah,
this prasadam, right?
right.
So they are busy, so they might join little late today. But anyways, so we will start ours. Before Ajit Krishna Prabhu joins, we can take some time to recap whatever we learned last week. So anybody wants to volunteer? Ramshyam Prabhu?
Prabhuji, I don't recall much because parallelly I was working.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. So do you remember at least what sloka we learned? Narsimha Prabhu?
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, sorry, I was not there actually in the lab
Oh, okay.
previous. Yes.
So it was 21, 22, 21, 22.
20, 21, 22, something like that, Prabhuji.
Yeah, 20, 21, 22. Okay. So I remember Prabhuji saying that, being a leader of a society, first thing, this is very important sloka which we learned. Yadyad acharati shrestha tattat evaitaro janaha sayat pramanam kurute lokas tad anuvartate. So whatever action a great man performs, common men follow, and whatever standards he sets by example acts, all the world pursues. So this is very important sloka which I like the most, because today's, as Prabhuji mentioned, today's trend is whatever the higher people in the society, they act and they do, the normal people follow them. Okay. And Krishna gave a very nice example that even though he is God, still as a Kshatriya, as a king of Dwaraka, he had to perform Hare Krishna Prabhu Dandavat perform Dandavat
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna Prabhupada. Yeah.
So we're just revisiting last week's thing, Prabhu. So you
Oh,
explain.
please go. Yeah, please go ahead, Prabhuji. I just need to grab my copy of Bhagavad Gita. So please continue.
Yes, okay, thank you, Prabhu. So as Prabhuji explained last week, Krishna being Supreme Personality of Godhead, still he was a king of Dwaraka. So he had to perform his duty as king, and so he never gave up his duties. So this depicts very clearly that whatever prescribed duties you have, so this is telling Arjuna, Krishna is telling Arjuna that you are a Kshatriya and you are supposed to fight. So you do your duties, irrespective of what position you are in right now. Whatever is prescribed for you, you do your duty. So if you do, then normal people will also follow. Otherwise, if you go to forest, you might be successful. But as a Kshatriya, that is not your prescribed duty. So if you go to forest and then be successful, then normal people will still follow you. They also go to give up all their responsibilities and go to forest and secluded place, and then they might be successful, but that is not what Krishna wants. Krishna wants whatever prescribed duties you follow. And Krishna, he himself sets that example as a king. So Prabhuji also gave example of Narada Muni. He wanted to test how Krishna, being a Kshatriya, being a king of Dwaraka, and having 16,108 wives and palaces, how he could manage, because he knew Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead, but still he wanted to show to the world how Krishna manages. So he went each and every place he goes, each and every palaces he goes, he sees Krishna doing his particular duty. In one of the palace, he is performing sacrifices, he's performing ceremonies for wedding ceremonies for his sons, like that. So every palace he was doing different duties. So then this ultimately proves that the great person, whatever he does, normal people follow. So Krishna is setting an example that you do your duty. This is a perfect example for Arjuna and for all. So us, whatever we are prescribed with, we should not give up. We should do our duty. So that's all I remember, Prabhu. So if anything I have missed, please add. Anybody wants to add? So we went through 20, 21, 22, Prabhu.
Right.
Today,
And
we might see some of the Matajis missing because of the Swarma Lakshmi festival.
what is that?
There's a Lakshmi festival today, Lakshmi Puja. So we might miss some of the Matajis today.
Okay. That's, that's a very nice activity and very auspicious puja to be doing. That's very nice.
Someone in one of the preachings I was hearing that he was mentioning that we normally end up, praying only to Lakshmi because we need money. We'll say, Vishnu, you don't come. We want only Lakshmi. So just emphasizing that we should not be doing that. We should pray to Lakshmi, say that you and your husband, Vishnu, both come in and bless us.
That is exactly the point. And in fact, Ravan wanted only Lakshmi, not Vishnu. So he stole Sita Devi, and Lakshmi Devi will never stay where Vishnu is not there. So, so it's so nice. Our devotees explain, Prabhupada explained that if you worship Lord Vishnu, worship Narayan, Lakshmi Devi will always be there anyway. She will be happy to be there. So
nice.
The teachings given by our acharyas are so wonderful. So,
wonderful,
all encompassing
and practical.
Practical, and addresses all the questions. Okay, Prabhuji. So anybody else doing the recap, like to add to the recap, tribute to it? Okay.
We are missing our Saujanya Mataji.
I think Prabhuji, Mukta Sangha Prabhu already pretty much covered like what we discussed in the last class. So
Yeah.
like he started with the Yadayadi Acharita, means the great men's, like whatever they do, we follow the same. And so that was, at the example you also told like Krishna, how he, like serves or he maintains 16,108 wives, like properly. So similarly, whatever the responsibility or duties we have as per the Shastra, we have to follow that, and whatever the prescribed duty we have. So prescribed duty, that is defined as per the Shastra, not as per our wish. That, one thing to add, like now what if we do not follow that? So like maybe I think we covered, or maybe we are going to cover. So if we do not follow like that, like Arjuna, if he would have escaped from the war, and he could have renounced and he could have gone to the forest. So there will be one Sankara. So like demonic kind of people will be there, and there will be kind of unwanted population will be there. Those who are demoniac, they will be living, and kind of so. Even if we do not follow this prescribed duty, so somehow and other way, we will be encouraging for the one Sankara, and meaning like that the proper sanskara, proper kind of child, proper kind of those will not be there. And that way the whole society will destroy. So again, Krishna will have to will take the charge of that, and he will destroy everything like what happened in the Kurukshetra. So if we are not taking responsibility, so of course, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, will take that charge, and he will do that. That's what Krishna is teaching. You do your duty, whatever the prescribed duty you have. So that's what I understand, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. That's very, very nice and very accurate. And you actually moved ahead a little bit too, because the whole thing about the Varun Sankara population will also come in the following verses. But that's very nice recap, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So should we continue forward with the reading? Then we had discussed through 21, and we had read 22 also.
Yes, Prabhu.
I think we can maybe just recite 22 again, 22, 23, 24 we can do.
Yes, Prabhu. Any volunteers? Narsimha Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Is it 20?
22.
22, Prabhu.
It's chapter 3, verse 22, right, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhu.
Name parthasti kartavyam
Name
Parthasti kartavyam
trishu lokeshu kinchana
Trishu lokeshu kinchana
nanavaptam avaptavyam
Nanavaptam
varta eva cha karmani.
Varta eva cha karmani.
Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Yeah.
O son of Pritha, there is no work prescribed for me within all the 3 planetary systems, nor am I in want of anything, nor have I a need to obtain anything, and yet I am engaged in prescribed duties. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Kanchan Mataji?
Sure, Prabhuji. 23. Yadi hyanam navateyam
Yadi navateyam
jatu karmani atandritaha
jatu karmani atandritaha
mama vartamanu vartante
mama vartamanu vartante
manushya partha sarvasa.
manusya partha sarvasa.
Translation. For if I ever fail to engage in carefully performing prescribed duties of Partha, certainly all men would follow my path. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Rajesh Govind Prabhu? Okay. So he's not there.
I'll do Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Kamsham Prabhu, yes, please.
Utsideyur imeloka
Utsideyur himeloka
na kuryam karma chedaham
nakuryam
sankarasya cha karta
Shankarasya
upahanyam imam prajaha. And the translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charana Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. If I did not perform prescribed duties, all these worlds would be put into renewation. I would be the cause of creating unwanted population, and I would thereby destroy the peace of all living beings. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Okay, so I think anybody else repeating, or no, we can then move ahead.
I can recite 22.
Sure, Prabhu.
Name partasti kartavyam
Name
partasti
partasti
kartavyam.
kartavyam.
trishu lokeshu kinchana
Trisu lokeshu kinchana.
nanavaptam avaptavyam
Nanavaptam avaptavyam.
varta eva cha karmani.
Varta eva cha karmani.
O son of Pritha, there is no work prescribed for me within all the three planetary systems, nor am I in want of anything, nor have I a need to obtain anything, and yet I am engaged in prescribed duties.
Hare Krishna. Okay, Prabhu. So start with the discussion then. Om Ajnanatirmirandasya Jnanandjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sanjeevam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gorangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jai Shri Radha Krishna ki Jai.
Jai.
Name Parthasti Kartavyam Trishu Lokeshu Kinchana Nana Vaptam Avaptavyam Varta Eva Cha Karmani. So this is in continuation of what we had discussed last time also through text 21, 22, 23. Krishna's saying that Krishna says that for me, even though there is no prescribed duty, I perform all the I perform prescribed duties simply to set an example. For people in general, prescribed duties are there to fulfill their needs, to fulfill their desires. Krishna says, I have no desires to fulfill. I have no need of anything. I am the supreme proprietor. Bhoktaram Yagyatapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. So I am Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. I don't have a need for anything. Yet, to set an example, I perform prescribed duties. And in 23, he says that why I perform prescribed duties is because suppose I didn't perform prescribed duties. Hare Krishna Mahatma Shri Prabhu. So we're just reading text 22, 23, 24, chapter 3. So Krishna says in 23 that if I fail to engage in carefully performing prescribed duties, certainly all men would follow my path. Because whatever actions a great man performs, others follow that. We had read also Yadyat Acharati Shreshtas Tatat Ivataru Jana. So Sayat Pramanam Kurute Lokastadanu Varate. So Sayat Pramanam, whatever example they set, others will follow. So Krishna is, in other words, telling Arjun that if you go to the forest as a leader, other people will follow you. So we may ask, what is the harm in that? The harm is the qualification and the lack of qualification. Arjun had the qualification by which he would actually have been successful even if he had gone to the forest. If he had gone to the forest and become a meditator, he would have been successful because he didn't have any worldly desires in his heart. But for a common man, for an ordinary person, if prematurely they just give up their duties and go to the forest, they will still dwell, their hearts and their minds will still dwell on material desires. So it's not going to work out. Their hearts and minds will be dwelling on material desires, and they'll be sitting in the forest, neither able to perform devotional service nor able to fulfill their desires. They'll just get frustrated. And so Krishna says that is not what we want happening. So that's why it's important, Arjun, that you set the example that common people can follow. Look at their lack of qualifications and accordingly act so that they can follow. So even though last time we had discussed a little bit about or something about Krishna's pastimes, where he demonstrated that he would perform while he was on this planet, that he was performing the prescribed duties. But there is, since these verses are also talking about the same subject, we can discuss a little bit more about the pastimes of the Lord, which demonstrate or which give evidence for what he's saying. That is, especially what he just said in text 22, that even though there is no work prescribed for me within all the three planetary systems, and nor am I in want of anything, nor have a need to obtain anything, yet I am engaged in prescribed duties. So the evidence for that we find in Srimad Bhagavatam. We had referred to last time about the pastimes of when Narad Muni actually went to Dwarka to observe what was going on. And actually in Bhagavatam Canto 10, chapter 69, there are so many descriptions of what Narad Muni observed. And so I'm just going to talk a little bit about that. So when Narad Muni was visiting, or when he was in Dwarka, so I'm just opening up this translation that I wanted to read. So here, in one of these translations, Prabhupada, well, the disciples of Prabhupada, they explain that there he saw the Lord playing at dice with his beloved consort and his friend Uddhav. Lord Krishna worshipped Narad by standing up, offering him a seat, and so on. And then, as if he did not know, asked him, "When did you arrive? What can needy persons like us do for those who are full in themselves? In any case, my dear Brahman, please make my life auspicious." So Krishna addressed Narad Muni with so much respect. Krishna, before this, Narad Muni had already offered his obeisances to Krishna and asked Krishna for the benediction that may he always be able to remember Krishna. So now Krishna is asking Narad Muni, oh, when did you arrive? Just to play the part of an ordinary person. Because Krishna and Narad Muni, Krishna could see Narad Muni when others couldn't see Narad Muni. So this interaction took place when only Krishna would see him. But now when others could see Narad Muni as well, Krishna asked him, oh, when did you arrive? Okay, and so forth. Now, so Narad Muni was very surprised. He said, okay, here in this palace, Krishna is playing with Uddhav and one of the queens. He went on to another palace, and there he saw Krishna was playing with his little children. Then Narad Muni went to another palace, and there he found that that Krishna was performing the marriage ceremony of one of his children. Now all of this is happening simultaneously. In another palace, Narad Muni saw that Krishna is performing yagyas. He's performing yagyas, which was, again, these are the prescribed duties. And also because Krishna is a king, in yet another palace, Narad Muni saw that Krishna was walking with a sword in his hand and a shield in his hand. And he was, moving about with the sword and shield in his hand, set aside for practice. And then in another palace, Narad Muni saw Krishna was silently reciting the Gayatri Mantra. So Krishna, basically, when Narad Muni saw all this, he understood that Krishna is separately present in each one of these palaces, and he's performing all these different activities which are appropriate in terms of the Shastric injunctions. And these are, whoever is observing him there is getting a good, is learning that these are the things that, these are the activities and how they should be performed. So later on in the Bhagavatam, in that canto, more is described about Krishna's daily routine. And so daily routine in short summary was nothing different than what is prescribed for us. Krishna would wake up in the Brahma Muhurat hour, take his bath, perform morning rituals. He would meditate. So we sit and meditate by chanting. Krishna would sit and meditate upon his own form. So how wonderful that is. But Krishna would sit and perform these morning program activities, if you will, so that we can also, so that we follow what he was doing. He was meditating upon himself. We try to meditate upon Krishna. Then additional things, of course, that Krishna would do was give opulent amount of charity to the Brahmins. So he would distribute sets of cows, and each set of cows included about 13,084 cows. 13,084 cows in one set, and he would distribute many such sets of cows every day. Now, of course, this is the Lord. He's unlimited. For him, it is possible to make such elaborate donations. And we, of course, have to follow our means and our capacity. But the point was that when they say that in the Shastra, the Brahmin should be offered charity, here's how Krishna was doing it. Then in the morning, he would also offer his respects and obeisances to the sages, demigods, Brahmins, and superiors. So everything that is taught to us was carried out by Krishna. Then when the morning program would finish, his chariot driver, Daruka, would bring his chariot, and then Krishna would ride on the chariot and go to the assembly, to his kingdom, to his king assembly. And over there, in the assembly hall, he would be seated with all his ministers, and they would perform their administrative duties. So, lesson for us householders is that, in other words, Krishna went to his office, right? Just like we would, we go to the office in the morning, you perform your morning program and things like that, do your pujas and all, go to the office. Same thing, Krishna, because Krishna did that. He didn't say that I will not go to the court and administer affairs. He was a king. This was his duty. So he went to the court and he did this. And then one pastime is described that one day in the court, while he was there, a messenger came. And the messenger said that Krishna, he offered his obeisances and said, "You're the Supreme Lord. I have an important message." Krishna said, "What's the message?" He said, "Well, King Jarasandha, he has captured many kings. And all of those kings that he has captured, they are your surrendered devotees. So please come and help them. Can you please come and help them?" So Krishna heard the request. So Krishna heard the request of the messenger. And as he was considering it, Narad Muni also arrived in the court. And so Krishna set yet another example there. Krishna got up, all the ministers got up when Narad Muni, the great sage, arrived. They all bowed, offered their obeisances, offered Narad Muni a seat. Then they all sat down. And then Krishna inquired from Narad Muni, "How can we serve you? What is the purpose of your visit?" And Narad Muni said that, actually Krishna asked him, "How are the Pandavas doing? Because Narad Muni, you can travel all over the universe. So can you please explain to, or can you please inform us how the Pandavas are doing?" Because I was thinking about them. Not that Krishna didn't know, but he wanted to ask him. So Narad Muni said that King Yudhishthira is actually, he wants to do the Rajasuya Yajna. And for that, he has requested your presence. So please come. So at the same moment, Krishna got two requests while he was in the court. One messenger requesting him, "Please come and save these devotee kings who have been captured by Jarasandha." And the second request was that please come to King Yudhishthira because he wants to do the Rajasuya Yajna. So Krishna then, in response to this, set another example on administration. So what Krishna did is, he said, "Okay, Uddhav, you are my minister. Why don't you give your opinion on where I should go first?" So Uddhav, being a wise minister, he considered, and he said that actually Maharaj Yudhishthira, if he is desirous of doing Rajasuya Yajna, that is very good. But that Yajna should be done after he has conquered all the directions. And here we have Jarasandha, who has captured these kings who need Krishna's help. So Yudhishthira should go and conquer Jarasandha, and that way free those kings also. And Krishna, you should be with Yudhishthira. And then after that, Yudhishthira should perform the Rajasuya Yajna. So in that way, both of these tasks would be completed, and they would be completed by the mercy of Krishna. So Uddhav said, so that way, Krishna, you will be glorified. In both cases, you will be glorified. One, because you will ensure that King Yudhishthira frees the devotee kings who have been captured by Jarasandha. And secondly, you will have helped King Yudhishthira fulfill his Rajasuya Yajna too, which can only be performed after you have conquered all the directions. So Krishna demonstrated there that he took the advice of the minister as a king should do. So all during the course of the entire day, Krishna demonstrated through these pastimes. We see how Krishna is continuing to demonstrate, or at that time demonstrated, what should be the conduct of a person in different circumstances. So as a king, he gave us instructions on how you should govern. As the protector of devotees, as Bhakta Vatsal, he demonstrated how he was protecting the devotee kings who needed his help. And so, of course, in that pastime, Maharaj Yudhishthir and the Pandavas went to fight Jarasandha, and Krishna knew that only Bhim had the strength to defeat Jarasandha. And so Krishna, of course, was there, and he instructed Bhim on how to defeat Jarasandha. So Krishna, in keeping with the verses that we are reading, Krishna says that I am always engaged in performing prescribed duties. And so these are the examples that we find in Bhagavatam of Krishna performing his prescribed duties at all times. So in text 23, so this was some evidence to go along with text 22. And then 23 says, for if I fail to engage in performing my prescribed duties, certainly all men would follow my path. So if Krishna failed to perform his duties, other people would get an excuse. So Krishna is guarding against that. Now, the one thing that we need to be careful of is, and we've heard this concept before, imitating versus following. So we should not imitate, but we should follow. Anusmaran and anukaran. So we cannot do anukaran. We cannot do what the great souls can do, but we can definitely follow them. And so the most easy examples that we hear are Krishna lifted Govardhana, we cannot lift Govardhana. Lord Shiva, he could drink poison and keep it in his throat without it affecting him. We cannot do that, because sometimes people raise the point that some who claim to be followers of Shivji, they sometimes try to partake in some intoxicants and all, thinking that, oh, Shivji could do it. Well, Shivji can drink poison also and nothing will happen, but we cannot. We have to follow their instructions. So Krishna's instructions to us, which we are trying to follow, are all given in the Bhagavad Gita, and the examples are there in the Bhagavatam, and how the acharyas have lived by these principles, that we are seeing how Prabhupada lived his life and how those before him, and we are seeing how Arjun, as a householder, as a family man, how he was carrying out his duties. So these are some of the evidences, some of the pastimes of the Lord to go along with these verses. So I'll stop here, relatively short. If you have any additional thoughts to share or comments or anything, because then next time we can discuss more about text 24 and onwards, because some of the participants are not here as well. So you're on mute, Prabhuji.
Oh, sorry, Prabhu. I didn't. So as a householder, Krishna is performing all the duties, and in a couple of places I saw that Krishna is also meditating. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's meditating on whom?
On himself.
On himself. Okay. But in some of the lectures,
so Bhagavatam
some of the lectures I heard is meditating on Shivji.
Well,
so I was not sure because I couldn't raise this question because it was just a discourse by somebody else.
right.
Said he was meditating on Shivji. So I'm not sure whether it is correct or wrong. Just curious to know, that's all.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find it because I just read it actually earlier today. So he was meditating upon his own glorious form. He was chanting the Gayatri mantra also.
Is there a reference anywhere in the scriptures?
Reference to what, Prabhuji?
Reference to Krishna meditating on himself or Krishna meditating on Lord Shiva?
Yeah, let me just find that for you. And just give me 1 minute. I'll find it. Daily activities.
Also, is there in anywhere in Bhagavatam, the daily activities of Lord Krishna is there?
Yeah,
The
chapter.
daily schedule.
I'm sorry.
Daily schedule.
Yeah, the daily schedule is here. Bhagavatam chapter 7, Canto 10, chapter 70. And even chapter 69. So he used to pay obeisances to the demigods. Krishna, as I mentioned, he used to pay obeisances to the demigods, the forefathers, and the brahmanas. And let me just find the part where it says him meditating. And that must be the beginning of 69.
That's fine if you want to look offline, so that's fine too.
Yeah, the canto that I have is goes through 69. So that's, and that other part comes in 70. So
yeah,
anyway, we can take other questions.
Yeah, Kanchan Mataji has a question.
Yes, Madhavi.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please accept my humble Mrs. Jashra Prabhupada. Prabhuji, actually, when I was reading, sorry, first of all, I'm Nikunjalila, not Kanchan.
Yes, Madhavi.
Yeah, Prabhuji, when I was reading Shiv Mahapurana and Vishnu Purana, it's long back. From there, I can remember that Krishna is a devotee of Lord Shiva, and Shiva is a great devotee of Krishna. So both are meditating upon each other. So that's what I read there, and Krishna also meditate on like respect to demigods also, to set the example to the general people so that they should not disobey these demigods. So
Right.
that's what I remember those all things from Vishnu Purana and Shiv Mahapurana. But I don't know, Prabhuji, whether it is said in Bhagavatam or not, because I have not yet gone through the 10th canto, and I've not like heard any lecture upon these things, but long ago when I used to read these things, so that time I came to know these things, Prabhuji. Yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Madhavi. That's very nice that you shared, because these are important things. And actually, it's very nice that you've been reading all of this too. And so I will just find, because just earlier today I read this part where in the Bhagavatam, where Krishna says, or where the text says that that Krishna would meditate upon himself. 1 minute. Text 4 and 5. Okay, so this is text 4 and 5. I have it online, so I'm just seeing the okay, so I'll just give you the reference. This is chapter 70 actually, so I don't have 70 in front of me here, but I will get the Bhagavatam. It says, text 4 and 5, Lord Madhav would rise during the Brahma Muhurat period and touch water. With a clear mind, he would then meditate upon himself, the single, self-luminous, unequaled, and infallible supreme truth known as Brahman, who by his very nature ever dispels all contamination, and who through his personal energies, which cause the creation and destruction of this universe, manifests his pure and blissful existence. So this is in chapter 70, text 4 and 5. And then it goes on to say, text 6, and he says that most saintly of personalities would then bathe in sanctified water, dress himself in lower and upper garments, and perform the entire sequence of prescribed rituals, beginning with worship at dawn. After offering oblations into the sacred fire, Lord Krishna would silently chant the Gayatri mantra. And then in text 7 and 9, each day the Lord worshipped the rising sun and propitiated the demigods, sages, and forefathers, who are all his expansions. The self-possessed Lord would then carefully worship his elders and the Brahmanas. To those well-attired Brahmins, he would offer herds of tame and peaceful cows, with etc. So, I mean, this is given in Bhagavatam, Canto 10, texts, chapter 70. Now, it also says that the Lord propitiated the demigods, sages, and forefathers. So he used to offer his obeisances and respects to the demigods also. So it's not surprising if he offered his respects to Shivji. And I mean, he's offering respects to demigods so that we may also learn. Every day when we do the Tulsi Puja also, after doing Tulsi Puja, then we chant the 10 offenses, and then Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripas Dube Vacha. So the Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha we are offering to all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. Demigods are also Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. So in that way, we are offering respects to them also every day and obeisances to them. So
Thank you, Prabhu.
Sangha Prabhu and
Yeah.
Mataji, I guess the Kundan Leela Mataji, I think these are both of you asked the same thing.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhu. Thanks for the references. That is very important.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Yes, Narsimhan Prabhu's raised his hand actually. Go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, I just wanted to share one verse from the Bhagavatam on this topic.
Yes.
So it says, Sadhavo Hridayam Mayam Sadhunam Hridayam Tvaham Mad Anyatena Jananti Naham Tebhyo Managapi. So the translation is, the devotees are always in my heart and I am always in the hearts of the devotees. The devotee does not know anything beyond me, and I also cannot forget the devotee. there is a very intimate relationship between me and the pure devotees. Pure devotees in full knowledge are never out of spiritual touch. And therefore, they are very much dear to me. So I was just thinking, Prabhuji, this will also include like all the pure devotees, including Lord Shiva and all the pure devotees of the Lord in
Yes.
action.
Yes. And where is this verse, Prabhuji? Which one is this?
Prabhuji, this is 9.4.68.
Sadhunam. You said Sadhunam, is it?
Sadhavo Hridayam Yam.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Very nice verse. Very nice word. I'm just opening it up. 246. Okay. Sadhu Hidayam Mayam, Sadhunam Hidayam Aham. Okay. The pure devotee is always. Okay. The pure devotee is always within the core of my heart, and I am always in the heart of the pure devotee. My devotees do not know anything else but me, and I do not know anyone else but them. Yes. So the Lord has the capacity to meditate upon more than one devotee of his at the same time. So that is how I think he can, the pure devotee is always within the core of my heart. So this is an instruction from Lord Vishnu to Durvas Muni. Very nice. Thank you so much, Narasimhan Prabhu, for sharing that, because that, it's perfectly in line with the topic that we were discussing about who does Krishna meditate upon. He meditates upon his devotees.
Yes.
Shravanti
Beautiful.
Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you very much. Very beautiful.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. How are you?
Good, Prabhuji. So
Sudha
my question is, why should we not keep Prabhupada is a devotee of Lord Krishna, so we're putting him on the altar and worshipping him. Then why can't we put Lord Shiva on the altar and worship him?
That's a very good question. So we can certainly keep Lord Shiva on the altar and worship him, but who will we then not keep? How many,
33 crores.
demigods can we see? So the reason we keep Prabhupada is because through him, because he is our Acharya and he's our Guru. So through him, we are approaching Krishna. We offer our prayers to Krishna through Prabhupada. Prabhupada takes our prayers to Krishna because we are not so pure, you see, but Prabhupada is a pure devotee of the Lord. And as this verse that Narasimhan Prabhu just read out says that the Lord is always in the heart of his pure devotee and the pure devotee is always in Krishna's heart. So through the medium of the Guru, we can approach Krishna. And that's why we keep Prabhupada's photo on the altar, so that when we are standing there and praying to Krishna, Prabhupada is actually taking our prayers. Prabhupada is taking our prayers to Krishna for us.
Then why don't we keep Lord Brahma, Prabhuji? Because he is that's Brahma's disciplic succession only, right?
Very nice. Yes. Because we are part of Brahma Madhav Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. So Brahmaji is our Param Guru. But in recent times, because Prabhupada is like he was here on the planet and we could see him. So because of that, because of the recent association with Prabhupada, we keep him on the altar, and those of us who are initiated by Prabhupada's disciples, we keep our Guru's photo also on the altar, but there is an order. So it goes from right to left, from senior to junior. So we keep our guru, then we keep Prabhupada, then we keep Prabhupada's guru, Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj, then Bhaktisiddhanta's guru, we keep Gorakshaddas Babaji, and so forth. So that's how the guru parampara is kept. But we cannot keep all the, if we keep the full parampara, then it will go all the way up to Brahmaji. So, but from a practical standpoint, we cannot keep so many photos. So to honor the principle, we keep these most recent gurus in the line of disciplic succession. But you are absolutely right. Our prayers are going through Prabhupada, through the disciplic succession, through Brahmaji to Krishna. Same way, Shivji also has, like Brahmaji has Brahma Sampradaya, Shivji has Rudra Sampradaya, all bona fide sampradayas for approaching Krishna. And so his disciples, they will keep their acharyas' photos, and through Shivji, it will go to Krishna. And so that way, when we say Vanchakalpadrubhishcha, every day we offer that prayer, we are actually offering our obeisances to all the demigods and Vaishnavas and all the sampradayas and all the devotees who are servants of Krishna. Very, very nice question.
Okay, Prabhuji.
One easier way, Surut Prabhu, I have seen in many of the houses on the altar, they have this Kamadhenu, sacred cow. Cow is a place of where all the demigods reside. Okay, so you keep that Kamadhenu cow, that is fine. So that means you're worshipping all the demigods through cow. And if you see the deity also, in the deity, Lord Brahma, Narada, everybody is there. I have that Kamadhenu cow. Oh, hopefully you should have that too.
Yes, Prabhuji, we have Prabhuji.
Yes, so in that all the demigods reside. So you are actually offering obeisances to them also.
Oh, okay, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Actually, that is very nice. That the Kamadhenu cow example. That through that we can offer obeisances to all the demigods. All right, this is very nice contributions and questions.
Yeah, very nice discussion too. Thank you.
Very nice. All right.
No one has anything.
Anybody else? Anything else?
If no one has anything, then before I conclude, as usual, announcements. First thing is, tomorrow is the last day for offering Srila Prabhupada's homages, so that can be published in ISKCON Philadelphia's magazine. Tomorrow is the last day. So if you are still interested, please send your offerings either to me or to Vishnugada Prabhu. Okay, so you have, I guess you all have his email ID. So please do so. And this Sunday, we all know that it is a very special, auspicious day. It is Balram Jayanti. So on this day, there are a lot of events at the temple. So if so, please visit the temple. And at 10 a.m., it is a Pauganda Pravachan series where kids give pravachan. So this time it's going to be Anirudh. He is from Virginia. He's going to talk about Lord Balram, destroyer of anarthas. He's going to speak about that. It's a special Balram Jayanti Pauganda Pravachan. So please attend 10 a.m. EST, same Zoom credentials. And 8 p.m. is Adigadada Prabhu's Chaitanya Bhagavat. So please attend. Yeah, that's all I have, Prabhu. Thank you very much.
Okay, Prabhuji's, Mataji's, thank you all very much. Hare Krishna.
Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Okay.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Hare
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Thank you, Sir Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Krishna.